So I'm here with Ashlynn Salter with the Dusty Coal team. And I know that you've helped several clients sell their property in the past after they've tried selling it on their own.
hmm
So I just wanted to chat with you today about your most recent closing. I know that you were able to help your client get their home under contract and sold very quickly
hmm
after they tried selling it on their own with no success.
Right.
So, how did you meet this client? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yeah. So with this particular client, they actually lived in my neighborhood. I had never spoke to them before, did not know anything about them. I reached out to them over the phone. I saw they had a for sale by owner sign up in the yard for a while. I reached out to him by phone, and we set up time for me to come out and speak with them about what we do as a team and how I felt that I could help them with the process of selling their home.
So, why do you think he decided to give you the opportunity to try to sell his home? Because I think you were in competition, like there were other agents that were interviewing, right?
Yeah, we were in competition with a few different agents. He had
Mm-hmm.
told us, like, look, I'm interviewing other agents. Tell me what's going to separate you from the other agents.
Mm.
And for this client, he knew exactly what he wanted out of his agents. He knew exactly how he wanted to sell the home. And the hardest part for me was the interview with him, actually. He really dug deep and pushed me to provide him with why am I the best? What do we have that no other company has?
Mm-hmm.
And so I do respect that. He knew exactly what he wanted out of his agents.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I know that probably helped you build your skills,
It
you know?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was probably a good experience for you. So selling a property involves pricing it competitively and
hmm
strategically.
hmm
So, how did you come up with the price for his home?
So for his home, it was a new build construction, and we have quite a few of those in the neighborhood right now. We had to look at the data, the facts that we had in front of us. The market already gave us facts of previous sold homes that were pending in the neighborhood, which we did use those as comps. But we also had to look at his property as, just the land value. He has one of the three properties in there that are on the pond,
Mm.
and his is the center lot. So his value, is more than anyone else's in there. He has the privacy, he has the view. So we
Mm-hmm.
also had to take that into consideration also. We also looked at his finishes. What did they compare to the other homes that were being built or had just recently sold? So there's a lot that goes into pricing a home. It's not just what are the comps in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So we really had to dig down deep for those and really be able to provide him the data and the facts to show him.
Mm-hmm. And I think you got your first offer in
We got our first offer in 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Establishing a good working relationship with your clients is crucial,
Right.
right, for a successful experience.
Right.
So you want your client to know that you have their best interest at heart. So how did you build rapport with him so he trusted you, and how did you, gain his confidence in your skills and abilities to get him to the closing table?
Yeah. So one thing that we really strive on, like as a team, not just as an agent, is that we do have such a large team that helps us with communicating with our clients. And like I said, one of the main things for him was communication, knowing that we were going to be there for him every step of the way. He knew he could call us or that we were going to call him, give him feedback on his showings.
Mm-hmm.
And then, along the way, we did, run into some stumbling blocks. And I think he really knew we had his back on that, not only his, but also to make the buyers feel comfortable in that
Mm-hmm.
situation that we had to handle,
Mm-hmm.
so we could actually see the property to closing.
That's awesome. And I know there were times during the transaction where we did some extra things, went and took care of some things at his property for him,
Yeah.
or so I think that helps to build trust and confidence
Yeah.
also. Um, so what do you think the key factors are that contributed to you being able to help him? So he wasn't able to sell it on his own.
hmm
He hired you.
hmm
So what are those things that you think were like those key factors that helped you get his home sold quickly for him?
So one thing that when we went in there, we knew the house was overpriced.
Mm.
We had to go in there and show him why we felt like the house was overpriced, and he understood. So I think being open and honest with our clients about the value of their home,
Mm-hmm.
think that was a huge aspect for him.
Yeah, not telling them what they want to hear,
Right,
but doing our job and
right.
giving them the facts and our expert opinion, right?
Yeah, and he actually made the comment, any agent can tell me what I want to hear, but I want you to tell me the facts. And that's what we had to do, even though sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. So I believe we had such tremendous success with this client was because we formed a relationship with them. And they knew 100% we were behind them every step of the way. And it wasn't about just me as an agent. It was also knowing that they had a team behind them also. And that's one thing in our profession. Your clients need to know that you have their back 100% of the way and that they can trust you to reach those goals for them, and also gain their trust. And one thing is I want to form a relationship with them and have friends for the rest of our lives.
So the successful outcome of this sale led your client to hire you for some other transactions. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So we sold his house. Like I said, we had it under contract in 3 days. We actually listed it and closed it within a month. And so after that closing, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think we're going to put our house on the market. We'd love for you to represent us." And so, of course, I was excited about that, and we did that. And also in that meantime, they were looking for a first house for their daughter. So we took that on also and found his daughter a home and helped through some stumbling blocks there with the lender, getting all that smoothed out and get her to the closing table. So we closed hers, and then we will be closing his here in a few days.
So it's actually he owned 2 homes in the same neighborhood. So he closed on the other home, and then when's the closing's this month, right?
Yes, at the end of the month. Yes.
So that's awesome. So 2 properties in a matter of 2 months.
Yeah.
So you definitely built a good relationship with him. He trusts you, and great job.
Yeah, we had his second home under contract in 10 days.
Awesome.
Which spoke volumes to him. We have a lot of homes in that neighborhood that have been sitting, new construction builds. So it was nice to be able to show him what our values bring to the table.
So what do you think? I know price. Is there anything else that you feel like contributed to those successful contracts?
Yeah, I full-heartedly believe in our marketing. That's one thing that, we're pushing out postcards, we're doing social media. We are doing tons of marketing that you honestly just don't see. We did a beautiful video for each one of his houses, and those just make the houses stand out. They make the property stand out. You get to see inside the property before you go. And so I full-heartedly believe in our marketing, and I think that separates us.
What do you feel like is the biggest challenge for people that are trying to sell their home on their own without using a professional real estate agent?
Yeah, so when you're trying to sell a home by yourself, can it be done? Yeah, it can be done, but the level of success is going to be greatly determined with that. And when you have an agent and you have a team like ours, we're able to do this extreme marketing like that we do. We're able to make sure that your house is priced right. If the house is priced too high, you're going to sit there and people are going to start saying, well, what's wrong with the house? If it's priced too low, then you're going to sell for too low. You're missing out on the opportunity to make more money. And what a lot of people do not understand is that it's from the contract to closing where so much work is done. We are extremely blessed to have Janice and Hannah on our team, and Janice is our transaction coordinator. So as soon as we get a contract on a property, she is making sure that our deadlines are met. She's reaching out to lenders. She's communicating with title companies. There's a lot of back and forth that people just do not understand because we don't put that out there. One of those be like your inspection period. Your buyer has so many days to have an inspection done, and once the inspection is done, to come back and ask for negotiate repairs. If you're not aware of those dates, you may be negotiating repairs when you don't have to negotiate repairs if they're outside of those time frames.
So thank you so much, Ashlynn, for chatting with me today. I'm so happy for all your success. Your clients love you. Your team loves you. We're just super excited to see what all you're able to accomplish in the coming years, and just so happy to have you as a part of the team.
Thank you. I love this team and love being a part of it.